Friends and devotees, we have been talking about the importance of meditation in our life. Just to say in brief, all of us know we are all busy with the modern way of life, and we have a lot of convenience, comforts in our day-to-day life, including your everyday electronics, your car, your house, electricity. All of these conveniences are making our life much more comfortable, easier, and less time consuming also for the basic necessities of life. Now all this can come to us because of our modern science, many of these scientific discoveries and application of these discoveries to our day-to-day life. Now in this modern age, why do we have to look at this spiritual side? All of us know, even though we accomplish so much, even though we satisfy our desires in so many different ways, when something happens in our life, something changes the pattern of our life in an unexpected way, it can be anything. In those situations, suddenly we are at a standstill. We don't know what's happening because that was not what we planned. The way we plan things, the way we continue life, it looks like as though everything is static, everything is permanent. And also everything is according to societal expectations of the society, your parents, your family members, even yourself. But a time comes in your life where you have to think about life itself. What is it for? What am I doing? To that kind of questions, it is very difficult to get answers in our modern life because the information given to us by parents or by society is not enough. It's not enough these days. So that is why we see in the world a lot of confusions, even among countries, even among the people. And they disrespect others' life, or even disrespect one's own life, and disrespect nature, disrespect the communities, even the common courtesy, common dignity is gone sometimes, because they don't understand life, because they don't understand nature, because they don't understand the universe, and because they don't understand why we are here for, what is the reason for all this. Now, our ancestors in India, particularly the Siddhas, have dealt with this quite some time, for a long time. And they have thought, they have done every discovery in terms of logical reasoning. That is why we are more interested in Siddha's knowledge. Siddha's knowledge explains all this individuality, who am I, who are we, what is life about, what is community about, what is society about in a logical way, in a scientific way, in an intellectual way of thinking. Whereas there are some other lines of thinking who explain the spiritual way of life in terms of bhakti, sometimes even in terms of karma, bhakti yoga, where you completely surrender yourself to the ultimate God and just keep on doing karma yoga, where you keep on doing your duty without even expecting anything, just for the sake of your own duty or what you're supposed to do. But in our modern way of life, we are used to asking questions, getting your answers, and then with the clarity, we apply the same knowledge to the life. That's logical reasoning, which cannot be given in other types of systems of spiritual thinking. You can get mainly from so-called Jnana Yoga or the Yoga of Jnana, knowledge, which all of us are capable. In fact, in the modern days, we have developed it so much, the intellect has developed so much, we can reason things and we can apply it to our life. Now, this systemized way of thinking about anything, about life, or about yourself, or about society, or about the universe where you are living, or nature, has been dealt seriously by a group of saints called Siddhas in southern part of India, particularly, and they have given their discoveries in terms of knowledge, in terms of poems, in terms of guru shishya discussions, so on and so forth. Most of this information is written in poems, mostly Tamil, the one we are talking about. And they make sure this knowledge is going to the correct people, right hands. So they try to give this knowledge in a subtle way. Only the sincere devotee, a sincere disciple, can understand it. So they give it double meaning. We call that as paribhasha. Paribhasha standing for two meanings. So one has to search for knowledge, one has to meditate on these siddhas, and then get the knowledge. So that way, only the sincere aspirant can get it. Now, in my own research on siddhas information, siddhas knowledge, I found out that this knowledge is very, very important for modern life, because this information is completely wiped out in our systemized way of studies, systematic way of advices, and even the path shown by our parents and ancestors, some of them missing. So when we get into some troubles, or when we get the question of who am I, what am I doing, when questions like this happen, including birth, death, including some unexpected happenings in life, we get stuck. We can't understand why this is happening. What is the reason? What are we supposed to do next? Because whatever one has been thinking, planning and doing seems to be wrong, because a lot of unexpected things happen. So, as Siddhas devotees, as Siddhas disciples, Siddhas students, we are trying to understand in that perspective, in Siddha's perspective, who we are, who am I, what am I doing here, what is the purpose. The first lesson we took in our satsang is who am I? Even though it is very simple question, in terms of spiritual question, in terms of spiritual asking, it's very difficult to answer, because am I talking about my physical body? Am I talking about my parents? Am I talking about my own mind? Am I talking about my own feelings? Am I talking about my own emotions? So on and so forth. So a complete knowledge of who am I is very difficult to get. So we are trying to go back and refer to Siddha's information, what they have said about who we are. And if you think from that perspective, many of the questions which have come to my mind is very easy to answer. You can get a logical way to get answers. So for the past couple of classes, we have been talking about Siddha's way of looking at oneself, who am I. According to Siddhas, even though we look like a physical, solid structure to ourselves, we are not only this. There are 5 more different types of the body in ourselves. They call call them as Sthola body, which is a solid body. We call it Sukshma body, which we cannot see. Then we also call the body, which is the reason for the Sukshma body, that is breathing, we call as Karya body. And then for breathing regularly, all of us know that breathing is important for life. So there should be some reason within ourselves. We call it as a Karana body, Karana reason. And even for that, there should be another reason which is related to the place where we came from nature, what we call Mahaprana body. So that is how Siddhas are devised or separated. To understand, of course, all the different types of bodies, they are functioning in conjunction, not as a separate body. They are all intertwined. One depends on each other. But as a systemized knowledge, the way we have been brought up to analyze things, we are going to study one by one separately. Now the first body is the Sthola body, which we get from modern science. It has anatomy, physiology, all the different type of organs in our body, internal and external, how they look like and how they function, which is physiology. In terms of biochemical pathways and in terms of biochemistry, molecular biology and so on, there are different fields. And of course, all of you know, the scientists are still studying some of these mechanics, otherwise there would be science.
Want to stop? 18 minutes.
Stop putting the ball.